Hello again, Chris Lee and Chase Robinson set to preview Kentucky and Louisville Saturday, the annual rivalry game, which Kentucky has owned of late. You can catch this 11 Central on the SEC Network. BetOnline favors Louisville as of Tuesday morning by 3.5 and over-under of 48.5, making for an implied final score of Louisville 26, Kentucky 23. My model favors Louisville by 4.5. Chase, let's just jump right into it. When Louisville's got the ball, this is a really, really talented offense with lots of playmakers, and it goes up against Kentucky's strength, which is a defense that is very talented. The results have been hit and miss with these guys, but very excited to see that side of the matchup because that's the best part of the two sides.
Yeah, Tyler Shouch, the quarterback there for Louisville, has made a name for himself this year. He's been good. He's thrown for 23 touchdowns. He's 235 of 371, 3,067 yards. So he's having a tremendous year, and he's got several guys he likes to go through, including Ja'Cory Brooks, who, again, a familiar name to the SEC, transfer from Alabama. Chris Bell, another guy who is a big time pass catcher for Louisville. And then running the ball, you've got Isaac Brown, who's kind of the bell cow running, Duke Watson back there, as well as Kejuan Brown. You'll see several of those guys running the ball, but it all starts with Shouch, and he's a great quarterback. He sees the field well, and they've been able to put points up this year. There's no doubt about it. They put up 37 against Pitt last week. They scored 35 to Samford, 33 to Clemson, 31 on Boston College, 45 on Miami, and those are against some good teams. And so I like where Louisville's at. I think it's a really good team that Kentucky will be hosting on Saturday.
Yeah, Kentucky's gotten a little healthier. Max Hairston's been back, played last week. Cat's got a defensive touchdown. I think De'Eric Jackson's been out. I think he still is. But you still got Deone Walker, J.J. Weaver, a lot of guys back there who can play. So interested to see it. You know, Kentucky's just been on a spot because of its offense that the defense is just asked to carry the load, and it feels like that's going to be the case again this week.
It is, yeah, and the defense is going to have to come ready to play for Kentucky against this offense. But yeah, that's been what Kentucky has done good at this year is defense. Most of the time, there's been times where they haven't, but I feel like this is a defense you can trust most of the time. But again, Shouch and the guys at Louisville, it's going to be a tough task for the Kentucky Wildcats Saturday.
We'll flip sides of the matchup before we do. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch games as they happen with the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, college basketball, NHL to UFC, and MMA. Head to BetOnline today. Get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. BetOnline, the game starts here. Chase, Kentucky's offense has been a mess. Running game is hit in small spurts. We had a quarterback change last week. Meanwhile, for Louisville, I'm not saying the defense is bad, but it certainly has not performed up to the standard that its offense has.
Right. The offense is definitely the strong suit of Louisville. And I said they can score points. They also have given up a good bit of points this season. They only gave up 9 to Pitt their last time out, but they've given up a good bit of points to other teams, including 52 to Miami. And so, I think if Kentucky can find their rhythm, can go with a guy at quarterback, let him, get a rhythm and do his thing, I think they could score some points on Louisville. It's just getting more guys involved. This offense has struggled for Kentucky, but get Dane Key, Berrien Brown, Macklin involved, and let them run the ball as well, and get your running backs involved with Wilcox and those guys. So look, Kentucky, I think can score, but they're going to have to find some consistency offensively, which is not what they've had this year.
Well, they've changed quarterbacks. Cutter Boley, who was their third guy, was 10 of 14 for 130 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks against Murray State. That was a walkover game. Murray State is not even a good FCS team. Then they faced Texas on the road, 10 of 18 for $160, no touchdowns, but a pick. And Texas's defense against the pass, maybe the best in the country. I don't know what all that means, but if you're Kentucky and you've seen the way the offense worked all year, you got to try something. So this is a big wild card in the matchup for Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what Kentucky can do with the quarterback position, because I feel like there's been no rhythm there, and against a team like Louisville, again, who doesn't have the greatest defense, but they've been up against some really good competition. They've got good reps this year, so what Kentucky does at the quarterback position, I think, will be big in getting a rhythm going offensively in this game.
Let's get into predictions and why. We'll start with you.
I thought Kentucky did some good things against Texas last week, but when they did something good, I felt like there was a penalty or something that brought them back, and so again, no rhythm. I think if they could get rhythm, they can be in this game. I'm not at a point where I trust Kentucky yet, and they've given us plenty of reasons not to with some of the games we've seen Kentucky. I think Louisville wins this game. Kentucky's owned the series, but I like Tyler Shouch and those guys at Louisville. Jeff Brom does a great job coaching them. I'm going to take the Louisville Cardinals over the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah, I am too. And I don't like doing it in a series where Kentucky's dominated recently and it's at home on Senior Day, because we've seen how some of those have gone lately, like Oklahoma and Alabama being one. But it feels like the defense is really just kind of slipped lately, as it's been asked to do too much. I don't know what they're going to get at quarterback. And Louisville is a team I think is better than the record shows. Louisville's played a brutal schedule, lost several games to playoff contender type teams. You just look at the numbers. It's hard to pick Kentucky in this spot because of, I think, what Louisville can do offensively and its versatility. So give me the Cardinals, but I could be wrong. It's a rivalry game. You never know. Either way, we'll be here to talk about it Saturday night. That's when we do our live reaction show. You can catch that at 9:30 Central. Hit the subscribe button. That's free. Hit the notifications button. That'll let you know when we come out with videos, and we'll hope you join us for that, win or lose, Kentucky fans. We cover basketball, baseball year-round too, so if you enjoy that, you'll enjoy what we do here. For Chase Robinson, I'm Chris Lee. You've been watching Southeastern 16, presented by BetOnline.